Welcome to Small Talk. Well, I'm really pleased to welcome back one of the guests that's been on the show, but there's some new people there. So time to get to know everybody. First of all, I'd like to welcome back Juan, Pablo, Vega. So welcome back, Juan.
Thank you very much, Nancy.
So now this is your band, right?
Correct.
And the name of the band is what? Rocket Fuel?
Rocket Fuel.
Okay, so now tell me what part you play in the band.
I am the lead singer.
Okay, and then tell me who's beside you.
So we've got Justin on guitar, we got Blake on the bass, and we got Steve on the drums.
So when was the band formed?
2017 is when we started to get together, trying out everybody to form a band, and we played along with a different lineup back then.
Mm-hmm.
After that, around 2019, the band was going through some changes. Some of the members had to retire from the band. They're still in a good situation, but not like they obviously couldn't continue playing. So we had to reset and start over. And through COVID and all that stuff, it was a little difficult. But we started getting back together in 2020 and basically formed. Just me and Justin were doing acoustic shows for a while and trying to keep the band alive. Yeah. And after that, Blake and Steve joined in, and now we just tested out and trialed a new keyboard player. He just joined us this week, but he hasn't been able to come and participate yet. But here we are. This is the new lineup.
So was the band always called Rocket Fuel?
Yeah. From the beginning of the band, we started being Rocket Fuel. It took us a while to decide on the name, and then once we stuck with it, we didn't want to lose that. So it's still Rocket Fuel.
So what kind of style of music do you perform?
Rock and roll.
All right. Yeah. So do you do original or like what kind of, do you write your own music? How's that work?
Yeah, we do. Everybody in the band has their own influences, and we bring our own flavor to the band. Like some of them have a little bit more heavy or blues inspired or more classic rock, and some of it a little bit more prog, a little bit more metal. So there's a little bit of everything going on. Everybody has their own little bit of flavor to add into it, and we all have our influences and our heroes that we really enjoy to emulate or bring that sound to it. Mm-hmm. But we do have the sort of 70s blues, a lot of like metal, grunge, a little bit of everything. Like we're inspired by multiple bands and multiple tastes, and we like to have that included in the style.
Right. Okay. Now you said, is that Justin with the guitar?
Hello?
Yeah. Oh, Justin, how long have you been playing the guitar?
Many years. 20, 30 years.
So like a lot of young teenagers start performing and, or like wanting to be in a band, but not everybody achieves that, right? So I'm assuming that's something you wanted to do when you were a lad?
Yeah, I was at school with a bunch of friends and they needed somebody to play bass guitar. So I started playing bass guitar. And then after school, school finished, I bought myself a guitar and taught myself to play guitar.
So are there any musicians in your family other than you?
I don't think so. My grandmother had a piano, but that was about it.
Okay, so now we have somebody behind you, Juan. I've forgotten the name already.
That's Blake. He's a bass guitar.
Okay, so Blake, I'm going to ask you the same question. When did you start playing the guitar?
I'm 21 now, so I started when I was about 12 years old. My dad got an acoustic guitar, and I just kind of followed along with him. But I played piano since I was forced to in lessons when I was very young. But I developed into playing the bass guitar, and then slowly into the guitar, and then I ended up coming back to the bass with these guys, and I found them on Craigslist, and so I was able to continue with bass with these guys.
So what is it about bass that is so attractive to you?
I think it's the fact that there's less notes being played than a guitar, but they're more important in some aspects of keeping the funk up and staying in time with the drummer, and they can kind of have their own fun together. So it's a bit different from playing the guitar, but it's definitely its own thing in its own right, and I really kind of enjoyed just a little bit more than I do the guitar. So
Lucky for us.
Now, Steve, now you've been on the show before, correct?
Absolutely, Nancy. How you doing?
I'm good, thing. I see you still have your beard.
Still do.
Is it green or is it the lighting?
It's blue today.
Blue, okay.
I'm going back to doing the color again. It's been a while since I've done that. So
Right. No, I know, I can't remember, just to remind everybody, Steve, when you first started performing.
I must have been 11 or 12. Grandma was a flamenco guitar player, so I'd watch her. So yeah, my first show was I was 14 years old. So yeah, keep going. It's in the blood.
So tell me what it feels like when you get together, like you've had people come and go, right? But when you get together and you all mesh, like that's got to feel like something really special.
Yeah, it's funny playing so many years with different musicians and different styles of music, but when you're in a room and everything seems to click right off the bat, which was really odd because I came into the audition really nervous. I hadn't played drums in a couple months, and I had a bad experience with a band that I was previously in, and I was cautious. So I came in, and the vibe was there. It was weird. It was like everybody meshed really well. It was energetic. It's like we've already been playing for a couple weeks, and you don't come across a lot of bands that can do improvisation, and this band you can. It's great. We all feed off energy between Blake and Justin, and then all of a sudden Juan jumps in, and it's electric, very electric, which is something I haven't felt in a long time.
Nice, eh? Yeah, cool. Juan, do you have groupies?
Do I have groupies?
Yeah, I want to know if the bands have groupies.
I'm not allowed to have groupies. I'm not allowed to have groupies. Well, yeah, like that's a tough question to answer. How do you answer that?
That's Blake.
Blake, yeah, we throw like no, we're not allowed.
I mean,
It
it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's just somebody that
No.
shows up all the time at every show, every time you perform, right?
Yeah. No, there's all kinds. We have a very eclectic crowd. Like it's impressive how whenever we're doing a show, all the different types of people have like we play so many different kinds of styles that we're melding together that allows lots of people that are probably more familiar with one genre than another to come and participate or interact with it a lot more because we have a fusion of styles.
Right.
That all of a sudden we have a bluesy song going on and that'll attract a certain crowd. And then you've got a more country vibe on another song and that'll attract that crowd as well. And it's kind of like in the same spirit of the Beatles that they would try it all and play everything for every kind of situation because they were more musicians first. They didn't want to lock themselves in a particular genre. They were pretty much inventing most of them in the first place. That I think that's what it should be about. Like the music is about the music.
Yeah.
Good or bad, it doesn't really matter. Like if it's a little punk on this side and a little metal on that side, we can all enjoy it all together. So our crowd has a variety of tastes, and I think that's an interesting fact that we can actually have fun on stage, and our energy shows that when we are getting together, even when we're playing rehearsals or practicing on our own, we are having the time of our lives. We are having a good time, and that's another thing that kind of proves that this is a project that's worth sticking with and working hard on, because because it's very satisfying to feel that energy and to be able to express all those things that you've held down. Like we want to play as loud and as energetic as possible, and that kind of does show through our shows.
Now you're situated in Surrey, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So do you have favorite places where you perform?
Anywhere that it'll have us.
Especially nowadays with COVID, a lot of establishments have closed down. So it really limits where you can go. I went to a high-end restaurant last week, second floor, and it had a three-piece band playing, so you're trying to find any venue that'll book bands now. And it's, the landscape has changed. So you either play shows or you turn around and you start renting like Legion halls, right? They can use the funding. The veterans need the help, so you have that option of doing that rather than playing a lot of clubs, because with so much band demand in Vancouver itself, you got to get yourself in the lineup to get a show booked. So you've got those options of booking it yourself or the small establishments that are left in Vancouver.
Right. So who does the bookings?
I think we all pitch in.
Everybody who can. We all use our contacts in the best way we can and reach out and yeah. It's a little bit of everybody. Everybody's pitching in as much as they can.
Very good. Yeah, that's excellent actually, because it otherwise the pressure's on one person, right?
Yeah.
Agreed, yeah.
And if anybody's out there that's an agent or something like that wants to book us for shows, yeah, like visit our website and get a hold of us, and we can probably make something work.
Now, I'm not sure when I'm going to air this, but what do you have coming up?
Oh, we got tons of stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Plenty of shows. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got some posters here for a couple of the events. So May 18th, we're going to be playing at the Princeton Pub. So that's it. And there's 2 posters, one because, we're Rocket Fuel and I'm an artist and I like to make a lot of posters.
Diversity.
So, and then we've got another one, Forest Echoes, June 28 and 29.
Okay.
And there's a long list of bands playing in that festival.
2-day festivals.
2-day festival in Chilliwack.
Cultus Lake.
Yeah, Cultus Lake.
Yeah.
You're
So,
going to be in Chilliwack?
We're going to be playing.
Chilliwack. Yeah, Cultus Lake is Chilliwack.
Cultus Lake, Chilliwack, yeah.
Where in Chilliwack are you going to be performing?
Cultus Lake.
Yeah, it says Cultus Lake, BC. So, yeah,
Outdoor Festival.
forestechoesentertainment.com. You'll probably find most of the information on there, and we will post these also on our social medias and websites and all that stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
And June 1st at the Wolf Bar. We're back there again.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll get that all written down. Once we finish, I'll get you to message me that. Okay,
Sure.
that information, so it's all nice and clear for everybody to look at.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, your website. You have a website, you said, right?
Yeah, we do have a website. We've got Instagram, we've got, Facebook, all the social medias that we can, TikTok, everything, YouTube. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube you can check out if you want to see us performing live. We played the Roxy last month, and it went great. We actually played two sets up there.
On a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday,
Uh-huh.
and it was great.
Nice.
So yeah, if you guys want to check it out, you can go to YouTube, look for Rocket Fuel, and there's a whole bunch of videos that you can also check out if you want to listen to our stuff.
Okay. Do you have any albums out?
We are working on that right now. We just did a couple of live off the floor recordings that we're just polishing up and tweaking and doing little, putting a cherry on top of those.
Taking it back to the 50s.
Yeah, pretty much. We want to have that raw energy live sound, not doing that, that so processed sound that everybody's doing. We are going to be exactly what you see on stage is what we're going to sound like on our albums.
Oh, now tell me about like when you're putting an album together, like how involved is that? How long does that usually take?
Woo! I think we're working basically off of our set first. Like we've got a whole bunch of songs that we've been writing for a while, but we also want to record some new stuff.
Okay.
A new lineup and them to bring in their input into the songs, but we're still working on polishing the set that we already had established, finishing it off, having that recorded, getting it out there, and then we're going to start, writing more new music with a new lineup, and we've got a new keyboard player that's also going to probably put in his 2 cents and include some of his own style into it.
Mhm.
And I'm really excited about that because that's opening a lot of possibilities. We already have about an hour's worth of music ready to go, and over 20 songs written. And I think our set list is about 14 songs ready to go on the spot. So we've got a lot of material ready, and we've also got a lot of creativity for making new stuff. Every time we get together and we jam, we'll write at least 2 or 3 new ideas. So it's very exciting to have that much. Actually we have to figure out a way to set it in stone and say, okay, this is what we're going to do today, and then we'll deal with the other stuff later, because there's so much going on that we don't want to lose focus on the main goals. So right now, prepping for the shows, getting the new keyboard player up to speed, and finishing the recording. So there's a lot going on.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you, Jason, like, so now you're the one, so let's say you're writing a song, right? So
Right.
what's your inspiration for writing any particular kind of song?
I start off with a riff, just an idea.
Mhm.
sometimes they don't work. So just forget about them. And then sometimes it does, and then you build it. It just becomes sort of bigger and bigger and bigger. You go from one idea to another idea to another idea, and then all of a sudden you've got maybe a verse, you've got a chorus, maybe you've got a pre-chorus to go into the chorus, maybe you've got a part that you can have for a guitar solo. So you just put it together like that. And I actually came here into Steve's studio a couple of months ago with just one idea. Because Steve's so good with the production work, he sat down with the one idea and then he said, no, do something different with that. So 2 hours later, we had recorded a song. He was playing the drums, I played the guitar. We started off with one riff. 2 hours later, we had a song finished.
Oh, all right. Are you from New Zealand or Australia?
No, yeah, the UK.
Pardon? Oh, the UK. Okay. There's my ear from you for languages or accents, should I say, accents. So, okay. So any one of you, so here you are, you have an idea for a song and you're working on it, you bring it to the group, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel when somebody said, well, maybe this will work better or that? Like, are you all open to that type of thing?
Totally. I think you have to.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. If you wouldn't be a good band if you weren't prepared to listen to what other people had to say
Yeah.
and try their ideas out. And then it might be a better idea, or it might not, or it might be something you use in a different part of the song, or it might be something you use in a different song. But yeah, that's the nice thing about accepting everybody's ideas, just listening to them, playing them, enjoying them, and coming up with the best song we can possibly make.
But you know, I've interviewed a lot of musicians, a lot of bands, and you're kind of unique in a way that a lot of musicians I know, or I've interviewed, there's usually just one person writing the songs. So I find this really interesting and fascinating that you all do, you all participate in it, which is wonderful.
It's a unique thing, 100%. With Justin, where he just comes into rehearsal, he'll start, ripping around, and the next thing you know, Blake and I are jumping in, going, oh, he's watching what he's playing, so he's putting his bass line, and I'm gonna go either it's gonna be a funk song or a dark song or whatever, based on the idealistics of how he's coming out with the chord progression. So it reminds me a lot about Aerosmith. Steven Tyler and Joe Perry, they back and forth riff around, and then they do rehearsals, and everybody would jump in at the spot and they'd record. So I record every session when we're doing rehearsals, because sometimes stuff will come up. Next thing you know, Juan's looking at me going, did you get that? I'm like, yeah, I got it. So, and that's how we get our ideas. I just hit record, and you never know where the flow's gonna go.
But that's a marvelous idea. I think other bands should do that, the same thing, because I don't think they all do.
No, I've never seen most people, like, there's very few bands that I've been participating in where everybody just jumps in and jams and lets their feelings, if it feels good, it flows and keeps going. And if somebody flubs up, either we keep going and not let it, oh, it didn't go that way, go this way, and then flow with it, and everybody seems to be communicating in a musical level. And we all sort of kind of know music enough that we kind of feel, oh, this is where it should go, and let the song decide where it wants to be. And sometimes we'll jam for an hour or two, and we're not even realizing it's gone so far. And then after that, was like, I hope you recorded that, because I won't remember it tomorrow.
Lots of peaks and valleys.
For sure.
Justin's got a unique way of writing and a unique playing. It reminds me a lot of combination of the Doors and Zeppelin and Stones, and so you start putting a vibe to that. And Juan's style of singing is completely different, so the overlap of the texture sounds really cool. And then you got Blake with the overlay of the bass, and so it makes a really unique band. I mean, I've been in many bands over the years, but this one really, it catches my interest in a way that's just expanding. There's no limitations, there's no brick wall. Oh, we can't do that, or we can't do that. We've written Maiden-esque tunes. That sounds like Iron Maiden, or something that sounds completely like the Doors, or something like that. So it fits well. I don't want to pigeonhole us in a genre, because I don't think we suit a genre. We just suit kind of like if you were to do a conglomerate on the Grateful Dead today. More eclectic. I think that's where we kind of fit.
Cool. Well, I think that we've covered everything, or at least I hope we have. You think so? I just want to remind the audience that you've been listening to Rocket Fuel. I will make sure you get all their information, their website, so you can check them out, see where they're performing. And I just wanted say this to everybody, when you go to a live performance, it's so fantastic. So if you get a chance, and everybody likes to be supported, and it helps the musicians, having people there feeling their energy, and it's just wonderful for everybody. So get out there and listen to people's music, and check out the Rocket Fuel. So in the meantime, thank you very much for watching the show, everybody. Take care and peace out.
Thank you.